Hey guys, and welcome back. As you can see, we're revisiting the once grungy but now gorgeous Dell Inspiron XP machine. The Sempron CPU is gone, replaced with the Athlon 64, X2, 6000 plus, and we have 4 gigs of DDR400. The operating system will be installed on the Silicon Power SSD, and the game's installed on the 7200 RPM Barracuda drive. For the GPU, this time I decided to use the ATI Radeon HD 2600 XT. It's a budget GPU from its day, and this is the 256 megabyte variant, as you can tell from the lack of memory on the bottom. This isn't the most powerful card from its time, but it should make for a very interesting test. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get this all put back together and loaded, and we'll be right back. Alright, we're all set up and ready to go. And I know some of you are going to feel your vagina getting all inflamed at this point because this isn't Windows, but that's okay. Some of us like options. I will be following up with a Windows 10 video as well with the same configuration. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Meanwhile, in this particular setup here, I've installed Manjaro Linux with the KDE Plasma desktop. We're using the latest kernel and drivers, and all games were installed using either Steam or Lutris. And all the games installed by Lutris are from GOG. Let's take one more quick look at the hardware configuration, and ignore that temp reading there. That's below ambient. Linux can't magically make your CPU run sub-ambient, so there's that. But anyways, all games tested are DX9 games from the Windows XP era using Gallium 9 as opposed to OpenGL or Vulkan. The latter is not even supported by this GPU. I don't expect performance to be the same as running native on XP. There's always, anytime you gotta, run non-natively, you always have a performance loss. But, I'm hoping that it's at least playable. But, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna find out. So it's now time to get into some games, and this time I actually have a capture card. So let's check it out, and I'll check back at the end.
Johnny M before they... Goddamn splicers.
I found her that way!
My daddy's smarter than Einstein. Struggled in Hercules and lights a fire with a snap of his finger. Are you as good as my daddy, mister? Not if you don't visit the Gatherer's Garden, you aren't.
President of America, President of your heart. Greetings, dearest America. This is...
It's killing time! Kick ass!
I'm gonna tear you up! Kick ass!
Yeah!
Come on, come on!
Fuck!
Oh my god, I don't want to die! Don't kill me!
Got the key right here. There we go.
Well, for some time now. And an old friend working in F.E.A.R has tipped me off about a rather promising rumor.
What sort of artifacts?
An ornate stone dais, among other things.
A big rock, and she won't say why.
Oh well. Where would the suspense be otherwise?
Hell yeah, I'll tell Rutland myself. You know it. Give him the radio.
Any idea who he is or who he works for?
I haven't the foggiest. He's deliberately unremarkable.
Is that good or bad?
It's deliberate, which isn't good.
All elements be advised that Echo Zero isn't responding.
Mercenaries are trained to work together. If you alert one, they will bring others. Immediately.
Hey! Die! You're screwed, pal! What happened here? Suck this!
So there you have it, running Windows XP DirectX 9 games on modern Linux. There are many reasons why someone might consider this. The low overhead on system resources, the ever-improving gaming on Linux, thanks to a lot of hard work by those that are contributing to things like Proton, Lutris, Gallium 9, and so many more. Full control over your operating system, customization, and SSD support. That's a big one right there, SSD maintenance, which you don't have with Windows XP. There are also a lot of reasons for some not to consider this, including, in fact, some games just won't run or they'll run poorly on Linux. Unfamiliarity with the system. Some folks may not have the time or patience for the learning curve, which you always have when you're learning something new, and I guess that's understandable. Hardware not supported. Okay, for instance, I wasn't able to get this set up with Linux here to work well with an older NVIDIA card. I tried with an 8800 GT, and I just had all kinds of issues with the drivers and stuff, so I had to abandon that, and I'm just sticking with an AMD card for this. Also, others are just perfectly happy with Windows, whether it's XP and you can deal with all the drawbacks, or using Windows 10. And honestly, I dual boot. I use both. I have Windows 10 and I have Linux on my main PC. Alright, there's things that I don't like about Windows 10, and there's things that I don't like about Linux, but there's things that I like about Windows 10 and I do like about Linux, and as I said earlier, it's all about having a choice. So now, I have a choice. I can use Windows 10 or I can use Linux, depending on what I do, and personally, I like it that way. But anyways, next time, I'm going to retest the same setup with the same games, all these DX9 games from the XP era on Windows 10, and we're going to see how that does. But until then, you guys stay warm, and we will see you on the next one.
All personnel, please be aware that an intruder has been sighted in the area. He is medium height and build and is wearing...
See that